Grandmaster Ding Liren is on the board, the former world champion. He is taking on Praggnanandhaa. What a clash this is going to be. And Ding has this Ding chilling on his jacket there. And Pragg is not yet at the board. Ding plays the move d4, presses the clock. Where is the Chess Gurukul team? There you see Vishrut, their sixth board coming in. Arvind Chidambaram is here. This is the final game of the second day. And right now, the Dragon Chilling team are in the lead. Let's see if the Chess Gurukul team led by Pragg are able to make a dent. There you see Vaishali, who's going to take on Le Tingye. And a handshake there. What a clash this is going to be. Pragg in the peak of his form right now after Norway chess. Meanwhile, Ding Liren looks calmer than ever, stronger, and he's definitely looking in better shape than he was before. So this is going to be a fun clash. Let's see what Pragg responds to 1d4. Even though he's late to the board, he takes his time and now plays pawn to d5, adjusts his pieces. Ding was ready for making his move, but Pragg is like, wait, I'm just going to adjust all my pieces. Pawn to c4, queen's gambit declined with e6, knight f3, and now the entire squad is here, so Pragg can focus. Knight to c3, and what is Pragg's response going to be? Will he play the Ragozin here with bishop b4? Will he play queen's gambit declined? He goes for the semi-Slav and immediately bishop g5. And will Pragg take him on sharp lines like h6 and d takes c4? You can see that expression from Pragg. He's like, let me not do that. Let me play something solid. Knight bd7. Somewhere I feel like solid is what Ding is good at, perhaps. Maybe sharp is what would really test him. Bishop h4 and g5. Okay, Pragg is going for sharpness here as well. Knight to h5, and now simply bishop comes to d3, takes, pawn takes, and bishop comes to g7. Black has the bishop pair, but the king side is slightly, you can say, advanced or exposed. b4, Ding instantly sees that the bishop goes away from this diagonal, so starts his minority attack with b4. Queen comes and attacks the pawn. You can push b5. He brings his queen to b3, and now a5 is a very interesting strike on the queen side. But Pragg goes knight b6. He's looking at the slightly weakened c4 square, also defending his d5 pawn. White castles, and Pragg goes bishop to e6, eyeing that c4 square. Knight to a4, and now you can take here. You can, if you jump here, knight c5, white gets an advantage. So that's the reason why he takes. Queen takes a4, and black castles here. But somehow it feels like in this position the bishop pair is not that important as compared to perhaps this small weakening and the queen side play that white has with b5. This is known as the minority attack here, because two pawns are attacking 3 or 4 black pawns. a6, and now queen to c2, taking control of the f5 square. Yes, he plays it. a4, b5 is the next idea. So step by step, Ding playing logical chess. f5 by Pragg is a bit too weakening, isn't it? I mean, h5 with the idea of perhaps creating this h4 plan would have been better, but f5, he blocks the bishop. But now this pawn could potentially become a weakness. g4 also can be played to open up this diagonal. He goes rook e1, and I think a very useful move, because if black can get f4, he would be quite happy, and that, I mean, the successful f4, because that would open up his bishops. But here Ding realizes that f4 is no good. Takes, he can even take, or even e4, knight h4, bishop h7, knight g6. So Pragg goes rook c8. A bit passive. Ding moves his queen away. I mean, Ding is playing this really well. Bishop d7. He also is ahead on the clock. He's really pressing Pragg here. And now pawn to b5. Takes, and Pragg pushes his pawn to c5. That's the natural reaction to the minority attack, but Now the d pawn is a bit weak. Also the knight has a nice d4 square to sit on. All in all, a very promising position for Praggnanandhaa, and rook d1, a very little move, a very calm move, but I love it. Rook c8, he wants to come in with his rook in here. By the way, also bishop c3 now is not that powerful. Knight d4 played. Okay, this knight is an absolute beast. It's looking at the f5 square, and Pragg may be thinking of taking it off, but maybe it's even worse. I guess f4. No, he takes it. E takes d4 and rook c3 played. But now take the open file here. Ding Liren can simply go rook e1. And that he's doing beautifully, these little moves. Rook e1, then rook d1, then again rook e1. Queen a3, attacking the bishop, defends it. Queen b4, setting up some kind of a discovery. I guess rook e5 is very powerful here. Just rook e5, if you take on d4, my rook enters into e7. The main problem that black faces here is his lone exposed king. It's very weak. g4, Ding immediately tries to take advantage of it, and Pragg can now push f4 or even f takes g4. But that's actually practically quite dangerous. I mean, f4 I would like more than f takes g4, because f4 keeps the position closed at least. F takes g4 feels like rook e5, and I'm going to sack my rook on g5. And Praggnanandhaa down to 3 minutes on his clock. He's definitely feeling uncomfortable. I am pretty sure he didn't think Ding would be playing at this high level right now, or maybe he thought. It's just that Ding has come with so much energy and such good moves. F takes g4, he takes. Oh my goodness. This is super dangerous now. Rook e5, he plays. And go back, Ding. Pragg, queen d6. Keep your queen close to the king. He goes queen b3. And now rook takes g5 is killing. Rook takes g5, h takes, queen takes. Is Ding killing, not Ding chilling. Here, check, bishop and queen are good enough. Work it out on your own. It's a mate. Just rook takes g5, Ding is going to beat Praggnanandhaa here. He's taking his time, which is good. He has 5 minutes to work this out. He's going for the rook. Oh my goodness. But goes rook e7. Blunders here. Gives Praggnanandhaa the chance to sacrifice his queen. Takes rook c1. Oh, this simplification, which will actually save Pragg. I mean, otherwise this is just a killer blow. Because what do? I mean, you can't move the bishop if you go bishop here. Bishop f5. Boom! Pragg takes on d1. Queen takes d1. Queen takes, and this has come out of the blue for Ding Liren. He missed this defense of Praggnanandhaa, and now the game has equalized, kind of equalized you can say, and Pragg gets up to see the game of Vaishali versus Lei Chingye, because I believe the score is right now 2.5, 1.5 in the favor of their opponents. So take king h2, bishop c8 now. He brings his bishop back. And Ding Liren goes pawn to b6. He clamps down the position. Even though Pragg is a pawn up, look at the white pieces. They are so active. He tries to attack the b6 pawn. But now maybe king g3 even. No, king g3, there is rook c3. So g3 played. And king f8, rook h7. Ding knows that even though he's not winning, he has kind of done his job if he's able to hold Pragg here. Because that would mean that his team wins the match. His team is playing incredibly well. Especially their last board, Wang Zihao, did beat Vishruth, and he's on 6.5 out of 7. Pragg has a very tough task now. He wants to continue because that would help his team. But Ding now gets up. He goes to the board of Lei Chingye and just observes. Pragg looks at the board of Vaishali. Ding is like, I think my player is doing well, and so he asks a draw. He says, I'm going to play rook e7, a draw, and Pragg, well, agrees because what to do. And look at Ding, immediately shows that rook takes g5 sacrifice. And Pragg is so shocked. Pragg is like, whoa, I missed that. And he says to Arti that this is rook takes g5 and he would have been checkmated. And well, Ding, Pragg, what a game that was. And Dragon Chilling win the match.
Freedom begins with a choice. In 2008, we made ours. Freedom knows no borders. Step by step, we became part of the global financial system. In 2019, we went public on NASDAQ. In 2024, we built a digital ecosystem. Fintech, lifestyle, telecom, everything comes together in one unified digital space. Today, freedom is a system that shapes markets. $2 billion in annual revenue, $9.3 billion market capitalization, 11 million customers, 11,300 plus employees, 230 offices worldwide. Freedom begins with a choice, and every day we make it again. Freedom Holding Corp. One ecosystem, many possibilities.